everyone, welcome back to another episode of Nerd Herder Show from Over a Beer. I'm Rich.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Dana.
And again, like I said, we're over the Over a Beer channel, so of course we are drinking this over a beer.
What are we drinking this week?
We are drinking Wilhelm Scream Pumpkin Ale from Magic Hat, the Call for Fall, as it says on here. Mine's empty.
So we've been drinking this all week. I have a little bit left.
All week. It's taken us 5 days to drink a beer.
Dana, you hate beer.
I absolutely hate beer.
You're not really a big fan of pumpkin.
No.
But I want you to try this, and I want you to explain to the people what you think of this week's beer.
And before we do this, I should say this is the Dana Explains segment, where we bring Dana on to explain movies and things to us.
Yep.
Kind of her thoughts.
She hasn't seen a lot of movies, so we give her a new movie.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a second. But first, you're going to explain beer.
And I think I can relate this picture to the movie later, but...
Okay. Looks like me when I had that cider. No, you didn't like it?
It was horrible.
All right, so we're off to a good start.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
So again, how Dana... the way that Dana Explains works is, again, Dana, you have not seen a lot of movies. You've never seen Star Wars.
No.
You've never seen Jaws. You've never
No.
seen Back to the Future.
Right.
You haven't seen a lot of movies.
Mm-hmm.
But you have seen Mean Girls.
Yes.
And so you're a fan of that. You've watched that hundreds of times, would you say?
Yes.
Okay, so...
It's 100 different movies she could have
That's true.
watched.
Yeah. But, so, for the first Dana Explains, you can go back and watch that. We had you watch...
Dead Alive.
Yep.
Dead Alive. You actually liked Dead Alive.
I did like Dead
Shocking
Alive.
us.
Yeah.
And so for your second movie, we gave you... We thought a lot. What should we give her for the second movie? And we thought, here's a filmmaker who she's never seen any of his movies.
And we also thought, with Dead Alive, she likes stuff that we didn't expect her to like, so she might enjoy some other,
Right. So
some other stuff out of her wheelhouse.
Yes. So we took a movie, and if we took a filmmaker, Quentin Tarantino.
Mm-hmm.
We gave her his first film, a film that a lot of people say changed cinema.
Yeah.
In the 90s, launched his career into the stratosphere, and then Pulp Fiction further launched it, I guess. But so Dana, we gave you Reservoir Dogs. We asked you what you thought Reservoir Dogs would be about. That's what we do. We're going to give you another movie. You tell us what you think it's going to be about. What did she say? Puppies at a pond?
Something like... So, well, I don't know if it's going to be... What's a reservoir? It's a lake. It's a body of water. Maybe something to do with that. There's the Blues Brothers. She thought it was going to be the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
Because the cover had them all, the silhouettes.
So Dana, explain Reservoir Dogs.
Okay. See this man on the beer? This pumpkin head? This was my face watching Reservoir Dogs.
If you can't see, there's a screaming pumpkin man on the beer.
He looks in some sort of anguish,
It was
pain.
I absolutely hated the movie.
Okay.
I'm going to start off by just saying that I stopped the movie. I did not finish it.
What?
I could not do it.
It's only like an hour and a half.
It was an hour and 40 minutes, and I could not do it.
She hated it.
It was absolutely horrible.
How did it make you feel watching it? You made it far. You did make it far.
I did make it very far, and I got to a point where I was like, this is just insane. I cannot watch this anymore. It made me really sad and really upset, and I needed to watch something happy afterwards.
Yeah.
So was it so much that you didn't like the movie, or that you just didn't like the way the movie made you feel?
I think it was a little bit of both.
Okay.
I had started watching it, and at first I was, catching on. They curse a lot. Every other word is an F-bomb.
Okay.
And this was when they were at the diner, and Steve, I don't remember his last name, the guy from,
Steve Buscemi?
yes, from the Adam Sandler movie.
Mr. Pink?
He was an absolute jerk, saying that he didn't want to tip any of the waitresses, and that just made me upset. But then they brought in this is the world's smallest violin, and that was pretty cool. And then, there's just points throughout the movie where, this random, voice would come over the screen. Had no idea what was going on. And then they would just,
DJ?
they would
Stephen
just,
Wright?
flash people's names, the color names, which also you couldn't just think of names for people. You had to tell them color names. And then you ran
Well, they
out.
go over why they're
there's a whole scene
and
about
Mr.
why
Pink is
they're...
pissed why he's pink, and
I didn't catch on to that. But I also didn't understand how we ran out of just normal colors, so we went with blonde. There are plenty of other colors. And you go with blonde.
okay.
You took notes, but you missed some stuff in your note taking.
Yeah.
It's a good thing there's no test.
Correct. So, at the beginning of the movie, they're in the car and this guy is like profusely bleeding. So they take him to an abandoned warehouse. I still had no idea what was going on. Then this other guy comes who was the big jerk at the beginning of the movie, who I later find out is Pink.
Mr. Pink.
He comes and like they just start like chit-chatting in the bathroom of the warehouse while that guy is just like bleeding, like passed out, and they don't even consider like taking him anywhere. So at that point,
They talk about
okay.
that.
At that point, I had to stop and Wikipedia it because I had no idea what was going on. I didn't realize that they had just come from like this diamond heist. I must have missed that part of the movie.
Sounds like you missed a lot.
Well, there are time jumps.
Yeah, I mean there are.
You do see things at different points as they happen, but okay, go on.
Okay, so they're just bickering. Then they start like fighting, and then this guy that looks like Elvis comes along, who was the crazy one that kills people for fun. I don't remember what his color was, but
He's Mr.
I think I read it for a second.
With the year?
Yeah,
The Michael Madsen character.
Yeah,
He
isn't
does have
that
a
Mr.
band.
Blonde?
I don't know his
He's
name.
Mr. Yellow.
It doesn't matter. Maybe if we gave him a name, we could remember what his name was.
Okay.
Anyways, so he kidnapped a cop for
Sure.
whatever reason, because why? I don't know. And they just started to hurt the cop to find out info. And that's kind of stupid to me, because why would a cop tell you anything? They're cops.
Because you're beating the hell out of them?
Yeah, well, I didn't understand.
Well, why do terrorists give us information when we torture them?
I don't know. I guess because they wanted to stop, but this cop was not giving in.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, guy's still laying on the floor, passed out, still bleeding, and then he just puts music on, so it's like he wanted to set the mood while he tortured the guy. Which I will give it, I did like that song. But he cuts off his ear, and at that point I was just thinking that I hope he dies in a very torturous way.
Okay.
Because I was just very, very upset with him. Then I got to the part where Orange saved the day. He woke up miraculously and just like shot the guy, but then he started arguing with the other guy. That didn't make any sense to me. He should be called, I thought this was clever since we're calling each other color names, he should have been called Mr. Red because he was covered in blood. And it turns out Orange is a cop, and that's when I stopped watching because I felt like I wasted my life.
So not only did you feel it, I walked into the room at this point, and you were very upset.
Mm-hmm.
You said that the movie made you feel so bad about your life that you wanted to cry.
Yes.
You were almost at the point of crying. You hated this movie so much.
Yes.
And at that point, you wanted to stop, and I was like, just finish the movie. Just watch it.
Yeah, I remember coming out, we both walked out there, and the look on her face is just like...
Terror, disgust, distraught.
I was the cop. You were torturing me.
You should put that song on for her. She would like it.
And so, at that point, it's like, all right, you hate this movie. You hate it, you hate it, you hate it. Why? Why am I going to make you? Nothing that happens in the last 15, 20 minutes that you didn't see was going to change your mind, I'll tell you that. But why do you think you hated it so much? And why do you think, then, was this movie such a phenomenon? And why is Tarantino as acclaimed as he is? Do you understand?
I don't know any other movies he's made. Maybe his other movies were good. But this one was not.
Rich, do you think that she would like other Tarantino films?
I think it's possible.
With the reception that she had to this.
Yeah, I think there's certain ones that she might like.
We went back and forth over, which Tarantino movie because we decided on Tarantino first.
Yeah.
And then it was like, do we give her this? Do we give her Pulp Fiction? Do we give her Django? And my thought was Kill Bill. I think coming off Dead Alive, I think that she would more enjoy Kill Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Because something like Kill Bill has more... It goes places. Like, it has more direction as opposed to just these guys kind of talking about this stuff and going over this stuff. Something like that, or something like Inglourious Bastards.
Mm-hmm.
I could see her liking that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Django. I have a feeling she probably wouldn't like Pulp Fiction.
No. If you didn't like Reservoir Dogs, you won't like Pulp Fiction.
Um,
So maybe at a future point, when you've forgotten this experience, we'll give you another Tarantino, give you another reset.
it's just scarred for life.
But do you have any last thoughts on this movie?
I decided that I'm going to start ranking the movies
Okay.
that you guys give me.
Oh, cool.
I don't think it will be any surprise, but Dead Alive is at number 1.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I had to put Reservoir Dogs at number 2.
So
I
you,
was hoping I had more in between, that it could be
Well, you might.
really like shunned to the bottom of the list.
well, okay, here's my next question for you. You gave Dead Alive a 7 out of 10.
Yes.
So what is your rating for Reservoir Dogs?
I want to give it a 0.
That's
I
fair.
just really did not like it.
Okay.
It made me sad.
So there you go. Reservoir Dogs made
It's
Dana
sad.
sad.
Mm-hmm.
We're sorry we did that to
Yeah,
you.
I wanna say now, we don't do this in an attempt to like expose you to stuff that you're gonna hate. It's not like what can we find that's gonna. We want to find.
Dead Alive is more considered like a cult classic, but Reservoir Dogs actually is considered like a pivotal moment in cinema. A movie that most people who like film should watch or have watched. So it was a movie that made sense to give you in that way.
Can I ask why? What did it do?
My personal opinion on that movie.
Yeah.
All right. What did it do? The indie landscape, the way that indie movies became. You've heard that term, right?
Yeah.
Independent movies.
Yes.
It was one of the ones that really skyrocketed into the mainstream.
Mhm.
It kind of changed the indie movement and showed studios that independent movies could be massively popular. And it also gave Tarantino a chance to make Pulp Fiction.
And you know that and like just the dialogue of it
Right.
in the
way
film
that
and the
it's-
writing of it and the way they just talk about these kind of just everyday things and references and reference and pop culture and this and that and back and forth and quip and like that wasn't something that you really saw. Like,
Which
it was-
is also that type of dialogue, that type of things that people hadn't heard in movies.
yeah.
It was also why at almost the exact same time, Kevin Smith's Clerks was another movie that is held in that regard.
Mhm.
But for very also different reasons.
Sure.
So we gave you Reservoir Dogs. Now we're going to give you your new movie.
Mhm.
And so we made a conscious effort. You actually made an ultimatum. You told me if we didn't give you a movie that would make you feel good about life in some way, that you might not do this anymore.
Correct.
So for this week at least,
Mhm.
we're going to stick to that.
Yeah, and we genuinely tried to find something. Not that we didn't with Reservoir Dogs, but we were what would she enjoy? What would?
Mm-hmm. And so we decided to give you a movie called Mallrats.
I've heard of that.
Okay. Do you know anything about it?
I want to say that does it have Kevin Smith in it? Is it a Kevin Smith movie?
It is
no.
it is a Kevin Smith
Yes.
movie.
Yep.
Okay. So I automatically feel like I'm going to enjoy it. I feel like it's going to have some funny parts, whereas I don't even want to talk about it.
Sure,
It didn't
that's-
make me laugh at all. So I think this movie will make me laugh. I'm not really sure what it would be about. Mallrats. I know they're not rats.
Okay.
I fully believe they're people.
Okay.
I'm thinking
Giving her dogs or giving her rats?
animals.
Yeah.
See a theme.
And there's
And the stupid
monkey
monkey
rat.
in the
There was a
first
monkey
one.
rat in the first one.
Right, so we're bringing it full circle.
real
Okay.
quick before you keep going. You know Kevin Smith,
I do.
but you have only seen one Kevin Smith movie in your life, which
yes.
is what?
Zack and Mary Make a Porno,
So you've seen that one,
Mm-hmm.
and that's really your only familiarity with him.
in which I watched it this summer.
And you enjoyed it?
I did,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So you're going to be back. Do you have any other pre-thoughts on Mallrats?
Well, I think it's going to take place at a mall. Maybe these people are working at the mall.
Do you want to see a poster for it?
I would like to.
That's right. Yeah, poster.
Kind of reminds me of Dead Alive. Are they Jay and Silent Bob and is that Stanley? He's in this? This is like a comic book? That looks like a comic book.
Okay.
Are they Jay and Silent Bob in this?
You'll have to see.
Oh, okay. No questions. That's one of my thoughts.
Okay.
I'd like to see Stan Lee in it, but I feel like he's not going to be in it. Oh. So maybe it is like a comic book that he made. I'm thinking like Scott Pilgrim-ish. You know how that was kind of like...
Mm-hmm.
Could be like that.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. So Dana's gonna watch Mallrats. As soon as she does, we'll do another Dana Explains.
Mhm.
I'm very excited about this one.
Good. All right. So we'll be back with that. Any other thoughts, Rich?
No, that's it for, I think, Dana Explains, unless you guys have...
Well, I have one question
Okay.
for you. Are you surprised with her reaction to Reservoir Dogs?
Not really. Like, at the time I was kind of like, okay, maybe she might like this, and, you had mentioned, was there someone...
Her dad.
Her dad said she would hate it.
Yes.
But I know, like, I know she likes Mean Girls, and she enjoyed Dead Alive. So I was kind of like, well, maybe she'll like it. Like, she's broadening her horizons. Maybe she'll enjoy it. But I'm not totally shocked. Like, I could very easily see why you wouldn't like this movie and you not liking this movie. I guess I just hope that you surprised me with Dead Alive. I expected you to come back and yell at me or hit me or something for Dead Alive.
So we were really impressed with you for Dead Alive. Are you disappointed?
I'm a little disappointed.
Disappointed too.
A little disappointed.
A little bit.
I'm not
Try another Tarantino.
I'm not upset,
sometime
Dana.
soon.
I'm just disappointed.
Gotcha. Are you... what did you ask him?
What did I?
Am I disappointed?
What did you just ask him?
Oh, am I surprised?
Are you surprised?
Yeah, are you surprised?
Gosh. Not entirely. I thought there was a chance like you. I kind of have the same opinion. I do think, again, one of his more linear films, I think you might have enjoyed more.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, so that's Dana Explains. Again, you can find us on Twitter.
Yep.
I'm on Twitter at Stonks.
I'm at Rich Belson.
I do not have a Twitter.
Dana's on Twitter. So if you need to tweet at Dana, you can tweet at us, and we will relay the message to
Yes.
Dana. You can also email us at overbeerofficial@gmail.com.
Let us know what movies we should recommend to Dana to explain.
Mm-hmm. You can like this video, comment on it, subscribe, share with your friends. We need 100 subscribers to make a custom YouTube URL. So the more of you who subscribe, the closer we get to that. Until then, you can get to the YouTube by either subscribing to it and having that in your YouTube page, or finding us on Facebook at facebook.com/overabeer. We're also on Twitter for the channel at OABeer_official. I think those are all the ways they can reach us.
Pretty much, yeah.
But yeah, let us know what you think. Do you like Reservoir Dogs? Have you seen Reservoir Dogs? Do you think she's going to like Mallrats? Are you surprised she didn't like Reservoir Dogs? Let us know in the comments. And if there's anything you think we should show her, also, send those over to us and let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
That's going to do it for this week, and we'll see you later.
Yeah.